Hi, I'm on.
Jamie Boy Blue.
And together we are father and son Footie. We just watched the Chelsea v Newcastle, one out of a series of
2.
And hey, we won. So, what do you think, Jamie?
I think that we got our 3 points. And it was a good game, very entertaining. We won.
We won, and we got the points,
Palmer
and that was
scored,
crucial.
like
Another
every time.
Palmer masterclass. We'll get into that. Let's start with generally the takings from the game. Like Jamie said, the most important thing was that we won this and we got the points. In terms of how the game went, entertaining game, I was very frustrated. It was a very nervous game. Threw some cushions around. But
they were so close to equalizing. Isak dribbled the keeper.
Wow. Isak dribbling the keeper.
My heart just dropped.
Football, so entertaining. Such a game.
No. Oh my God.
Yeah, Reece James coming back and the closure by Caicedo. That was Caicedo's
worst game.
No, but what I meant was that was his best action of the entire game. We'll get into midfield because opinions split amongst the Chelsea faithful with regards to that midfield performance. But let's start actually with Maresca. I thought that he surprised us again, and he did well because we did expect the Gusto James partnership, and we did expect Lavia and Caicedo. We did not expect Jadon to miss out. Neto has been the first one that has shown that there is a route from the cup games into the league games.
Yeah, but Noni is showing a route of him going down into the cup.
It's funny that you call it down. Everybody knows it's down, but I would call it sideways.
He isn't performing as well as Neto.
Well, I think
he's gonna get.
Let's put that. Let's try and stay structured. We'll get to talk about the midfield. I want to stay with Maresca.
Not really the midfield, wing.
Okay, the middle of the pitch. I know a lot of people. Let's touch on this. We digress, but I'll touch upon this. A lot of people call the wingers the attack.
Yeah.
All right. Because you go like 2, 3, 1. Right. I get that. So it's not like there's attack, and attack. I just call it midfield, and then attack. Also, because they're called center attacking midfielders or wing midfielders. But
Noni is called right wing, and Sancho is called left wing.
Yeah,
up there, not left mid.
I'll take that, Jamie. I'll take that. You're right. So, definitely we can look at the attack later.
We felt Noni's speed.
No, forget Noni. We'll talk about Noni when we get to talking about the attack. I want to stay structured.
Defense.
No. We're talking about Maresca.
Why Maresca?
Well, he's the coach.
I know.
Well, he's the manager.
He was quiet for the entire game, and he got a yellow card. So.
Okay. This is what I wanted to say. I want to say that he, like we said, he showed a path from team to team. He showed everybody else that look.
13 changes.
If you perform, you can make your way into that. And the first one was Neto. And you know what? He earned it. The second one that made that way was Mudryk. He didn't have a good game.
Nkunku's coming in.
Nkunku did very well,
He's slowly coming into that main role again.
He is really. He's showing his class.
And maybe even Felix. Not at the CAM, but at the left. At the left.
Only if Palmer gets injured.
He ain't getting injured.
You
looking at his form, he is not getting injured.
Right,
I know all the tackles. But
so the thing that Maresca did was that he showed the mobility, but the second thing that he did was that he showed that he's willing to play with those wing backs, let's call them left back and right back. But even though Gusto is more comfortable on the right, and played on the left before, gave James that role because it became quite
30
clear.
minutes he was better than all of the 70 minutes of Gusto. My opinion, he's just so much better.
Okay, I agree with you. I think that if we're going to look at it, there's two ways to do that. One is looking at the role, and the other one is looking at the individual performance. Let's start with the role. One thing is that Chelsea have made it kind of clear that it is our right back that goes up.
And the left back going into the midfield.
So what happens with this kind of stuff is that
it's like a 2-4-3-1.
Well, it depends if who's in possession. You're right, but the key here is maintaining balance, not just up and down, but also side to side. So the side that you have the wing back or left or right back go up is the other side is going to stay wide. So it's basically like a kind of balancing act between a diagonal, let's say, of the right back and the left winger, between the left back and the right winger. And there is that kind of something that Maresca discussed many times, is that he looks at football like chess. This was the first game that really felt like a game of chess.
Yeah, another thing I want to say about James, when they crossed it in, it looked like it's going to go straight to Isak. He didn't see Isak, and James fully dived. It was close to being a goal.
Wow, that header. Header that he
in my opinion, he saved us there.
Oh, I agree with you.
Isak is one of the best headers in the Prem.
You're absolutely right to mention it here as well, because the biggest publicized thing was Maresca called James to show leadership, and boy did he show leadership. Well done. So
when he saved the kick that was gonna go in, Sanchez was nowhere to be seen, and they kicked it right into his legs, and he just was there.
Well, let's talk about Sanchez.
His worst game
you
ever.
said it. I was thinking it, and you said it. It was his worst game this season.
In the Prem.
Luckily, he wasn't actually called to do much. He had to catch a few balls in the air. He had to stop 2 balls that were actually kicked on him.
When he needed to take it, he
didn't. No, he did not. When he needed, he got rounded by bloody Isaac, and he got scored on because he wasn't there for the crossing. So I think it was Sanchez.
Cutbacks, goalkeepers can do shit about that.
So the performance by Mr. Robert Sanchez was his worst game, I felt, and I agree with you. His weakest point was the distribution. Now, in the game plan, it became clear that he was given instructions to go long and not focus completely on the short passing in build up from the back. He was clearly going again and again and again for the long ball. So my guess,
his long balls were so bad.
His long balls, let's say, were left a bit of
no, they were bad.
Left us wanting for accuracy.
They were bad.
His accuracy on the long balls left a little to be desired, let's say. It was rubbish.
Where's Ederson when we need him? The best long ball goalkeeper in the Prem. Already has more assists than people like
I think the cool thing
Sancho.
is Jorgensen is our long ball specialist.
He actually played pretty well against
We're going to see him play, later this week against Newcastle. So watch out for that.
You don't know. There's a 5 day break. You don't know if it's going to be Sanchez
I'll be
again.
very
I think Palmer's going to play again.
Oh, I don't think so, but we'll get to that.
And I think Felix is going to be on the left. A full new.
Can we stay with this game? You've got a lot to say, and you're usually bang on. You're getting it really right a lot with the predictions. But let's talk about the defense. Do you know anything about Fofana? Because he was looking injured. Do you know how bad the injury is?
1 week, 2 week.
Oh wow, that's good. 1 week, 2 week we'll take. It really did look.
He had 5 bandages on.
Yeah, every 10 minutes they put another bandage on that knee, and it was like, please don't get injured again. Yeah.
But that block, that was going to be a goal. He just blocked a power shot. Oh.
That's a partnership
His
in the
knee,
back.
Oh my God. I'm so sad for him. That looked so painful.
Yeah, when he Caicedo left him completely stranded. Lavia left him stranded with a bad
Caicedo
pass.
had one good thing.
No, but I'm just talking about that
Yeah.
that passage of play. Caicedo wasn't where he was supposed to be. Lavia made a bad pass. Lavia took a long time to get
And
in the
Fofana
game.
was the only one there.
And Fofana had to really make for
run
it.
in and
And
go.
when he went in for the tackle,
Fofana made a
his
mistake.
knee bent in a funny way. And from that point onwards, you could tell that he
did not have a good game.
Sorry for this noise. He was in a lot of discomfort. So
one more thing about Fofana. That goal, that was all his fault. That would have been a 2-0. He put his leg from here to there. And then it was onside. And it was
You mean the goal that Newcastle scored?
Yeah.
Right. It was
a
funny passage of play. It's very hard to not talk about refereeing. Refereeing, again, was inconsistent. The pace of the Chelsea games, it doesn't seem like these English referees have what it takes to referee these games. Huge inconsistencies, bad decisions, bamboozled by the opposition. We saw the Clásico. The Spanish umpire referee didn't have any problems. All right, it's English standard.
If you look at that Clásico, he was a lot better than what we see today.
I agree with you. The level of refereeing in England leaves a lot to be desired.
Spain, Germany, France, everything's better than England. We gotta get better.
Import referees. So, moving on to the left back and right back. James is still recovering and still building up fitness, which is
that was
why
his best game this season.
100%. And I think that's why
he only had preseason games in that one.
As we discussed earlier, one of the right backs and left backs is the one marauding forward, and the other one stays back. James was the one tossed.
Cucurella was pretty good.
Okay, we'll get to Cucurella, but I'm still talking about James and Gusto. When James was on the left and Gusto was on the right, and then we'll talk about James on the right and Cucurella on the left. So, speaking about this, the first of those two is that it really worked. James did his job on the left. Gusto did.
He had 1-2 mistakes, but that's it.
Do you remember which ones?
He went too forward, and then he was running up to the right back, and then the right wing was open, and he just
left space in behind.
He left space.
Right. Okay. He's learning, still adjusting, and we've got to remember this isn't his position. But him and Gusto did very well defensively, all things considered. Again, a few passages of play accepted, but Newcastle did not have many chances. They did have possession. They didn't do a lot with it. They took their chances, yes.
But the one chance, the second one, they did not take whatsoever. Isak just couldn't let go of the ball. Our defense was
James closed him very well.
This is him. And then one from here, he came here, and then another one from here. He went there, but then there was already someone there. But then from behind, Caicedo just came in. That was just, oh my God, that was so scary.
And so that leaves us with the second pairing, like you discussed. What? Wait, no.
Gusto attack.
Gusto in attack. Yes, you can see from our reaction.
He had kicks that he terribly missed.
Oh my God! So much that Norling had to laugh mid-game because that cutback from Neto.
He had it, and he touched it. He had a touch, and he just let me just oof.
It was not his game in attack. It was his game. It was a good game in defense. It was not a good game for him in attack. He got into the positions. He did the miles. He ran like a beast. But when it came to putting that pass in, and especially giving that extra bit of creativity that right back and left back need to do in this style of play when they come up, sadly, this time he didn't do it. If he would have, we could have had 2 more goals just from him. Now, he got into those positions. When James was in that position, it felt a lot better. Like that is something that we're going to see more of this season. So we're going to put a little bookmark in that. I expect to see James towards the latter half of this season taking on his position in the right back and taking on that attacking presence, his really good ability to put balls in. And, you know, we
And
could
his
just
kicks.
feel James again. We could just feel that talent. He was, for a time, he was the best right back in the world. And he will rise again. What did you think of Cuckoo?
He did all he could. He did what he needed to do.
Solid. Cuckoo solid.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't good. But
He was solid. He was industrious. It's what you need from that left back. He knows his role and he executed it well.
One more thing from James on the right. He knew how to defend there a lot better than on the left. He kept his line of offside.
Well, it is his role.
Yeah.
It is his role all his life. So you're absolutely right. Another very good observation.
He used to be a right
Jamie.
wing, actually, in academy.
Well, right.
That's why his shooting is so good.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. So moving up to midfield, let's talk about the defensive pairing. What was your take on the defensive pairing?
Bad.
Okay. I have to
They
agree.
had a few moments.
Yes. We did
10 good minutes, 80 bad minutes.
I'd say 20-70, 10 either half, but
15-75.
Look, the point is made, but I think that this one's a tough one because look, they're still growing into the role. This is not a flashy role, CDM. You got to do the job, but they were there, they were running, they were present, but they did not control that midfield very well for me. Other Chelsea analysts feel differently, feel that they did very well. I did not. I felt that Caicedo and Lavia were not closing down that very, very physical midfield. Look, Newcastle have got a very strong physical, technical midfield. They would give a tough day to anyone, but
Guimaraes killed us, or whatever his name is. He should have gotten a red.
Yeah, he should have. I agree. Again, refereeing, but let me just put this up a bit. The situation with Lavia is that he's still growing into that role. Give him more time. He is growing into it, but he was not creative enough in the attack. Lavia, I am telling you, he has it in him to make those passes. It was very noticeable once we put Fernandez, Enzo.
He was a lot better.
You had that forward push. Left us a little bit exposed in the back. Fernandez is still learning that part, but Lavia didn't provide that impetus going forward.
Yeah, and
Caicedo today,
Newcastle.
I don't know. Caicedo had that.
He has games and he has games.
He's starting to look a bit like Gallagher for me. You know, like Gallagher had this ability
of going up and down. He goes
right.
So far, Caicedo, this game he really stayed down, but sometimes. For the 15 good minutes, he went up and down.
The crowd, there was this passage where the crowd was egging him on to shoot, like to score from
halfway, and he shot it. He shot it.
Well, he was a little bit lacking in attack, and I thought that he did play passages of the game well. When they were clicking, there were 20 minutes in the game, a part in the first half and a part in the second, when we were on fire. Okay. Yeah. In fact, 2 parts in the first half and the beginning of the end, 2 parts in the second half and the beginning of the end. And that is something I want to go back to. Let's skip that, but that is something.
There's one player in the midfield that we have forgotten, and it's our boy, Cole Palmer.
Oh my.
What a game. In my opinion, that was an assist, a pretty much assist, and a goal.
I believe, let's discuss what we're talking about. Obviously, we're talking about the goal. Mate in 3. If this is a game of chess,
from that angle,
that was mate in 3 moves.
From that angle, and the moment the goalie dived, the little bounce.
I'm not talking about his goal. I'm talking about, like you said,
all
the
around.
assist. So
that assist.
The pre-assist.
Pass.
That pass is going to be discussed. I mean, people are already calling it the pass of the season. I mean, look.
Already, also against Brighton, if Jackson did score that open it, that would also be one of the best passes goals of the season.
Well, luckily, Palmer just seems to be the gift that keeps on giving. And
this is a lot better season because last season, his first 8 games, he did not score 1 goal. And his first goal was a penalty. 7 goals in his first 8 games in the Prem. This is gonna be his season. I bet you top scorer. I bet you best player of the Premier League. I bet you Ballon d'Or nominee.
Let me tell you another thing. I bet you that people
And he
are
might
going to
even
be looking back
win some
at,
trophies.
I'm going to be looking back. People are going to be looking back at Phil Foden getting last year's award, and
He
people
shouldn't
are
have
already
he
saying,
shouldn't.
"Why didn't
Palmer was
Palmer
so
get that?"
Palmer. He
Anyway,
got young player, and he should have won.
sorry guys. So from his own, from well deep within his own half, one pass all the way to Neto.
And Neto's speed just boom.
Our most improved.
Sorry about
player,
the sound.
Our most improved player has, did what he had to do. Neto is really starting
left
to
was
show.
pretty good, but we'll get to him.
So you're right. So in terms of Cole Palmer, magic, and more magic. It was just great to see him. And look, they closed him down, and they closed him down well. And that is going to happen time and time again. They're going to make it. Teams are going to make it tough.
All of their midfield
got
a yellow card.
Good midfield, Newcastle.
All of their midfield got a yellow card. They just bumped us like we couldn't get through.
They tried to stop Palmer every which way.
And their defense was so hard to get through. Only the wings.
All right, this is a tactical analysis, suppose. They really crowded midfield and again said, go down the wings. But Palmer managed to figure out a way to go
and out the goal
with like 1 or 2 touches. That pass from Palmer was absolute magic. Palmer is absolutely incredible. What a player. What a star. Oh my God, Cole Palmer. So moving on from Cole Palmer, let's move on to the attack, shall we?
There's the goal. We didn't talk about the goal.
Please go ahead.
So the goal was technical. He shot it from almost from the edge of the box, from the weirdest angle if he didn't shoot it from, that was the perfect timing.
Go to the left and score on the near post. That's a new thing. It's a new thing.
Because the left back, by the way, the left back was insane. We'll get to him. The left back and the center back were
their right back, Livramento, their right back. He came from Chelsea. He was a Chelsea boy.
We'll get to him.
He was great.
Also Hull, but
yeah.
We'll get to him. 2 of them closed into him. He was in the middle. They boom. The 1 second that they did not make it to him, that shot, it bounced over the keeper. What a goal! The winning goal. So
yeah, fantastic.
It's our boy.
So exactly, Cole Palmer.
Now the attack.
What can you say? So let's talk about the attack.
Jackson. Let's talk about Jackson.
We want to start with Jackson. Look, Jackson is just showing that he's starting to finish.
The only thing this is him. Scores a goal, quiet for the entire game.
Well, look, if he scores every
I'm fine with that.
Game,
I'm fine going. I'm fine scoring
let's
goals.
Say more. In the beginning of the game, he was
very good. He was in the game.
Very important role on coming in deep to collect the ball, playing on the half turn, and he did that really magnificently. He had points in the game which were incredible, and he was given credit, in my opinion, longer than he should have. Nkunku should have come in earlier, but Jackson got a lot of license to keep on playing that role, because when he played that holding, when he played running back, crowding the midfield, turning, creating an overflow in midfield, and then running forward, he did it with such pace and physicality. And the chance came, and he
tapped it in.
Starting to bank.
It wasn't tapping.
Bank in. It wasn't like it was. Three fantastic moves.
The thing wasn't
Palmer
tapping.
did incredible. Neto did incredible.
Passed it,
and
Jackson took a touch. He could have just did a one-time shot.
Didn't he one-touch it? I thought it was a one-shot.
Right. But I know that he does not do good one-touches. One-touch.
Right.
He took a touch. The goalie got in position. He just smashed it into the bottom corner. It was a goal.
So look, Jackson did good in parts of the game.
Second half.
But then he really, really disappeared.
Nkunku, the moment he got subbed on.
Nkunku,
let's talk about the strikers. He played well.
Very, very well.
He could have scored.
He should have. Not could have. He should have scored. He
got
himself into those positions.
He shouldn't have passed it to Noni. He should have, not to Noni, to Neto.
So let's slow down a second. We're getting excited.
He should have passed it to Palmer there. Palmer could have gotten his check.
So do you want to describe what happened?
Nkunku took the ball off the defender, flicked it above one, and then another flick above
It
one.
was beautiful.
He ran the right back, the left back closed in on him. He passed it to the wrong player. Palmer overlapped him. He should have passed it to him. Like in the West Ham, he overlapped Jackson and he scored a screamer. Here he could have passed it to Palmer, overlap, and we could have scored. But according to Nkunku, there was a different player to pass to. That was offside.
So,
anyways, was it Gusto or was it Neto?
who what? Neto was on the right.
Yeah.
Look,
Now,
I want to give
wings.
you my 2 cents on that. I thought that Nkunku, from the moment he came in, showed immense
very
industry. He put himself in the right positions. He showed his quality. He was a menace.
He had 3 chances.
He was great, but you can tell that he's not yet feeling back at home in the Premier League. So
He's
didn't
still
take
a
his
bit
chances.
injured.
So he did good, but he could have buried the game and he didn't. But he really did good. So now let's talk about the wingers.
One more thing about Nkunku, top scorer of the Conference League.
Incredible. Banking goals, banging them in, pow, 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 pow. So let's talk about the wingers. The surprise here was that we were expecting to see Sancho again on the left, but we got Neto banging down that door into the first team. And boy, did he show that he deserved it. He was running, he was doing, and him and Palmer were always looking for more, always trying to do that
Neto
thing.
and Palmer were not connecting. I know the pass was good, but they were just like...
Other than that incredible goal, they didn't connect much during the game. It's true.
They were screaming at each other when they missed opportunities. And honestly, one more thing about Neto. He's a very complete player. I'm seeing him right now. If he keeps on playing in the Prem, he might be the top assister or the top scorer.
Well,
in
Neto
weeks,
has shown that he is coming up with the goods. Another player that has done really good in the Conference League leapfrogged Jadon into that substitute role.
We're 100% going to see Sancho in the starting 11 against Newcastle.
Absolutely true. But in this game, it was Mudryk. And
he played quiet, but well.
Look, he played well positionally.
His miss!
Look, before we get to that miss, last season, when he would play, and even earlier this season,
he was so energetic. Now he's not confident anymore. In the Conference League, trust me, he is confident.
I want to suggest a different way of looking at things. Before he was running too much. He was running in the wrong way.
Now he isn't running enough.
Okay, so first of all, you start with defense. And I think that last season and the beginning of this season, he was really poor in defensive positioning.
Now,
really poor.
He's getting better.
Much improved. Great stuff. Much improved. Still not there, but you can see the improvement. However, wait a minute. We'll get to Noni because Noni's defense is so much improved. It's unbelievable.
Better than his attack.
Although he did do a silly hold, which led to giving them a free kick right on the edge of our box. Another day, they banged that into the top corner. So there was still some...
It was right on the edge of the
Still
post.
some naivety in our team. This is still a very, very young team.
Our oldest player is 27. Oh, he's 24.
Yeah, and then 127 player in the goal, right? So anyway, my point is that...
In goal.
Isn't he?
Sanchez, 27.
Isn't he?
Isn't he like 23?
Okay, so forget that. We got a player who's 27. Who's that then?
Not James.
Nkunku?
No, Nkunku's like 24.
Who's
Tell us in the comments. Tell us in the comments.
Right. So if we move back to it, the thing that I'd say is that the positioning of the wings in terms of defense has improved a lot. In terms of attack, Mudryk, when he came in, like Jamie said, he got the ball. He saw the ball. He was cutting in, but not so much. He was playing inside forward. Exactly, Jamie.
He wasn't going as a winger like always.
Exactly. And I think that you could say that might not have been as exciting as we're used to seeing it. However, he got into a fantastic position. And if he would have...
And he plays well every time. Just, he needs to practice the shooting. He passed it right into the keeper. And after a few corners, General, he finally picked up the ball. Pope, after a lot of
Yeah, after all those
drops.
what you call it, he hammered the ball, like fisted the ball all over the shop until he was in the most challenging position. He just grabbed it. He was like, "Fuck it, I'll grab it." Pardon my French. And so, what I wanted to say in that regard is, Mudryk is also improving. Watch out, because this boy,
this season,
he can play.
You're gonna see him. He will be up there in the best young Premier League player. I'm telling you.
Wow, you're
I'm telling you.
Okay, so that brings us,
and maybe even Savinho. I know he's in our player, but
yeah,
Savinho's looking good.
Of course, yeah, and so that, I think, concludes our review of the way the game was played and how the players did. But sometimes the players are a bit young and they're trying to do too much too fast. However, we showed character in this game.
Yeah.
We closed it out. We got the games, and we are sticking to that top bunch. That's what matters right now. And on we go. Interestingly, playing the same team again. I don't know if Newcastle have got the amount of players to play the same 11. We'll see how we
have like 40 players in our team, and like 20 of them are not even
we only play with like 29 or something. I don't know. Look, I didn't.
We have like other 20.
I didn't count them, but
we have like other 15 players that just sit on the reserves.
Great
Some
results.
of them are in loans.
It was football. It was tension, and we got it.
The next game is going to be a lot harder.
Did you enjoy the game?
Definitely.
All right. You think the next game, we're going to do a prediction video for the next game.
In 2 days.
Watch out for
one
more
day.
content.
I don't know.
Thank you very much.
It's on Halloween.
Ooh,
spooky.
Keep the blue flag flying.
Fun high.